I stumbled on a video. It kind of made me sad. It took me way back, oh, back down memory lane. I see me standing there, baseball bat in my hand. Hate beyond compare. How you doing? How are Frida Gross? Uh-huh. She talked too much. She never shut up. She just talk. You noticed I look slimmer? Somebody else noticed that today. Yeah, it's getting into the neck, honey. Look at that. Yeah, I've lost some weight. I hope that Ozempic stops on its own, though, honey. I don't want to start losing all of my face and things, looking like Jay Wilson. Oh, no, that'd be horrible. Hi, Sandra. Uh-huh. Crazy Mike. What's going on, Crazy Mike? Minnie Riperton. Uh-huh. Such a miserable pay. Yeah. A love beyond compare. Listen, I stumbled on this video over there on the Sir King. I do occasionally peek in there if I'm content dry, right? And I heard this conversation. Hi, Jesse. Tracy's here. How you doing, Tracy? It's a lot going on, baby. And sick of it, girl. Sick of it. Hold on. We're going to hear a little bit of this Sir King shit. And then we're going to move on to a more serious conversation. Sir King apparently has been called gay once again. He's usually called gay because of his relationship with Lemon, correct? Now, I couldn't find where this insult was hurled at him. They considered it an insult to say he's gay. I don't call people gay that are not gay, right? But it's not clear what the situation is there. And apparently, somewhere in Livio the Oracle's channel, she's accused him once again of being a little bit too emotionally attached to Lemon. Correct? Now, Lemon is having a time on here. He's popular in the beef sector right now. He used to be on Sir King's page, like his backup, his regular co-host. That dissolved, and Lemon started doing his own thing. So he's kind of having his moment now, right? And Sir King is giving him advice because he's very concerned about the goings on in Lemon's life. I personally think the man can handle his own thing. He's growing faster than Sir King ever did, kind of thing. But she accused him of being gay, like he's in love with Lemon. I've done the same thing myself. It does seem slightly unnatural, particularly when Lemon is being accused also of being possibly bisexual or homosexual. I don't know if they came to a conclusion about that or not. Sir King, I guess he says that he is heterosexual. I guess that's what he's saying, but I've never been clear about it. So let's hear what Sir King has to say. He made a short video, and let's see if we can pick it up.
They with the angle pointed wrong. But let me get back to you. See, you the problem with black men. Like I said, I do apologize to my women, but I have to be correct. What's wrong with me speaking in a caring, concerned way about Lemon, and then you automatically equating it to homosexuality, right? See, it's women like you, Olivia, that have men feeling that they can't go to the counselor or can't speak when there's something really stressful on their mind because they may be perceived as weak.
No, they're not.
Right? You the reason why black men out here committing suicide because you out here thinking that if a man is able to express his feelings, or if a man sits up there and expresses concern for someone who is classified as a friend, then he may be labeled as gay. But yet he see his friend in distress. He see his friend engaging in behavior that may have long-term consequences. You are the reason.
Okay, so Sir King, he's upset now because the children calling him gay again. Now, Sir King, I wouldn't say, I don't know if you're gay or not. You have sex with men, but you do have a lot of similar ways to the rest of us over here, right? You know, where you always say, "Ooh, child," and all these kind of things. And you do seem very protective of Lemon. And since Lemon is under scrutiny as well, I mean, it's not that far a reach. And why do we keep coming to the same conclusion? You could squash all this shit by just coming online. I mean, you have been an avatar for what now? Has it been 2 years, 3 years, man? And you refuse to show yourself. You're not a bank executive, correct? You're not in politics. There's nothing about you that we can see that would make it necessary for you to hide your identity, correct? Your voice is on the high range, right? And it's not like when we're talking to you, we're talking to one of the hardheads. Excuse me, people, I tend to call straight heterosexual black men hardheads. That's how I see them. Anyway, so this conversation quickly turns into the emasculation of black men. That women are emasculating them. They're calling them bitches these days. And that's what makes the black man violent. I do not agree with this, correct? I think that our violence goes a long way back. And it is in a lot of us. If you go all the way back to American history and the way black people, particularly black men, were treated, they were raised in violence. This is a generational curse. It has gone on since slavery. When you have beaten people like that many times to death, correct? We started off in this country that way, right? It bleeded out into the families. And yes, I believe that black men are much more prone to violence, much more prone to anger. I am a black man. No matter how you feel about me being a gay black man, I'm still a black man. I've seen this rage in black men, gay men, transgender men. I've seen it in all stages of manhood in the community. I think it's a conversation that needs to happen amongst black men. You need to come to some conclusion so this shit will not destroy me. Correct? So I don't agree with this, what he's saying. I don't think women are causing black men to be violent. I think they're already violent. They're angry, correct? They're working 4 times as hard to get half the recognition. You have examples of people like Jay Wilson, who has got somewhere between 5 and 20 degrees and can't get a decent job, correct? You want this man to come into the home and be a man as defined by American history, correct? But they don't have no jobs on Wall Street. They don't have no goddamn executive positions, and it makes you angry. It makes you angry when you have to work so hard for so little. And if you come into a home, right, and that's the only place you have any power. Yes, I do believe there was a movie. Sidebar: there was a movie called Raisin in the Sun. Now, this movie, I think it started Sidney Poitier, right? And I forget the lady's name, but the man, it was about a black family, which was extremely rare at that time. The man was beating the mother, correct? And the mother was explaining to her son, her young man's son, about 20 years old, I think it was Sidney Poitier, her husband's why he beat me. And she said, baby, he beats me because he can't beat nobody else. I'm just saying, this thing goes way, way back. And I've seen it even in myself. I've only had 2 relationships in my lifetime. And both times, real relationships, I had boyfriends. So both times, though, whenever it came to violence, the first time he attacked me and I had to respond. The second time I attacked my partner while we were both drunk. And both times, within 2 weeks, I was out of the apartments when I shared with them, right? Because I was from a household where I understood violence, right? When it happens, I've seen that rage, that snap. Let me not get off course here. What y'all think? Let's hear some more. Let's let this thing bleed in. It's a short video, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Women like you are the reason.
He's talking to Olivia's article.
Got to put on a tough exterior. but they really broken inside, and then you don't know that until it's too late, and you be the one crying and say, "I wish he would have told me what's going on." But you done sat up here and vilified and made fun of him and made him feel that he had to reach a certain way of being a man. But yet you over there, Kate, you look like a man, but you over there don't even know what the pressures of it is to be a man. So please sit in your funky ass chair and shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
Okay.
Please and thank you. Because guess
So he's speaking to her. Let me see. What the fuck? I just lost the damn chain of thought.
let's be known. While you putting in the atmosphere, now I don't mention kids, but I'm tired of people sitting up here thinking they can talk about every fucking thing, knowing that no kids will be mentioned. I hope your nephew or whoever it is, no, I don't hope. See, you put stuff in the atmosphere, watch your nephew turn out gay. Your nephew turned out gay, and you gonna sit up here and have it be a first real world example that you gotta deal with on how to deal with gay people. You always putting that spirit on gay. This man gay. Ooh, child, they talk like they gay.
Ooh, child.
This. And then you gonna sit up there and have a gay motherfucker right on your lap. That's how it always turned out. She probably know he is gay. Anyway, like I said, I don't talk about children, but I get pissed off.
Sir King, you're getting off track here. You're saying you don't talk about children, yet you just call this woman's nephew gay, a person you don't know. There's no reason to believe he's that, but you're accusing him of that. Apparently, Sir King now has been taken offense again because he's being called gay once again. He has been called gay by a myriad of people. Basically, everybody who ever get into it with him on the beef sector has called him gay at some point. He goes from Sir King to Sir Queen. But Sir King, here's where you're wrong, right? We're sorry that people perceive you as being soft. I don't know what we can do about that. But what you're saying that because wait a minute, somebody emasculates you or calls you gay or whatever, or thinks that you are soft, you're allowed to hit them. This is where he goes with this thing. You're saying that there's a reason why black men are so violent is because of the black woman, and she doesn't respect him. Well, it's hard for her to respect him when he can't stack up. Now I understand I'm a black man my own damn self, right? But trying to emulate these people you see on TV. You know, when we were young, you know, only black people we ever saw on television, and it is significant, were maids or people who shine shoes or comic relief, correct? The role of a family man is always a white person. They always showed them in the best light and then us in the least light, right? So this starts from the very beginning. Oh, I'm struggling to stay on topic here. Then when you add in these things like the way we discipline our children, people don't be offended. Let's have an adult conversation. But this whole thing about whipping your children with extension cords, believe me, I know. Whipping your children with extension cords starting from a very early age, right? The history being slavery. Now you're beating your children with extension cords, which is very similar to a cat and nine tails. It extends. It is a generational curse, correct? And then when they get to be of age, then you wonder why he's so violent. I don't understand why he's so violent. Well, if all he's ever been exposed to was conflict resolution is being handled by violence in some way, and many times they have seen this behavior between the parents in the house, right? He is frustrated. He wants to do better. I believe that we all want to do better. Everybody wants to do better. Everybody wants to be a great husband. Everybody wants to be a great father, correct? But when you are denied year after year after year, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, yes, it breeds rage, anger within you. And I think people need to be able to talk about it. Tell the truth, honey. Tell the truth. Ooh. I was beaten with extension cords, child. Fortunately, I didn't become a violent person. Yes, it is in there. I told you I jumped on my boyfriends, right? And then when it happened, I had to walk away. Timothy, You are not suitable for this, because when you get angry, all the rage which you hold inside, it comes out on whoever. What's going on, Darius and Jesse? I got me 2 new friends. Y'all start showing up. What's going on, people? No, it's not only straight men, but they do be prone. I mean, then when you add all that with the fact that Black people are superior athletes. They're strong people, honey. Correct? They're very strong people. Then they have all these other issues that have been added on to them, honey. And I just believe that it's a generational curse, and it's something that you have to look at. Women, when you start dating these men, honey, I would always suggest, the Bible say marry them first. I say, hell no. Do not go up into no relationship unless you know how this man reacts when he's at his worst. When he's the most angry he can get, is he going to punch you in your goddamn face? And many times people make the mistake, they don't find this out until they're in the relationship. Now, because we can figure out, well, this man has had a hard life, or this man has had difficulty, and he has a reason to be angry. It doesn't change the fact that this man can hit you in your goddamn mouth every time he gets angry. Or if he drinks. Some people don't gotta drink, they're just angry. Believe me, I know. I was in the streets, I was dealing with drugs with dangerous people. Who were the most dangerous people I dealt with? They were always Black men. I'm just saying, every goddamn time, honey, they were violent with their women. They were violent with their customers. They were violent with every goddamn body. It's just a fact. It is a fact. Fortunately, now we have all these examples of all this reality TV, and we see the white men, they just as violent as the other ones with the women, right? But I didn't know about all that. You can see what happened at the people that follow Trump insurrection on the goddamn White House. So we ain't the only ones violent, but I'm just talking about our issues, and I think it's important. What y'all? Let me see. Before I find out what y'all think, I want this conversation to switch over to these angry Black folk. Hold on.
With so many women trying to put the label of gay on a man just because I express concern. So I'm supposed to hope for Lemon's downfall on the notion of me being heterosexual. What? Y'all rationale is weird. Now let me move over. Like I said, I'm pressed for time. Let me move over to T Velocity. Now T Velocity was having a conversation in her chat.
Lemon, they're not. I mean, Sir King. Look, I'm calling you the same name. They're not calling all Black men gay. They're calling you gay. So maybe you need to take a look at that, honey. I don't know what whatever. Let me stop. He's unhinged, says Tracy. What y'all think? Was that Harmon? Wait a minute. I think I saw an old friend of mine in here. Hold on. Hey, Harmon, RJ, what's going on? Happy New Year. Good to see you, brother. That's a friend of mine. He moved out of San Francisco, moved back east. Let me see what my peoples are saying. That's one of them touchy subjects where you ain't supposed to say nothing, right? Black people get mad. Oh, we ain't violent. Oh, we ain't no more violent than them. No. Every time you see these damn hired hitmans and shit, girl, what do? They go into a Black neighborhood and hire somebody Black. I'm just telling you the truth. What other people in entertainment? What other people who sing music? What other communities are there where these rappers are constantly in the news for killing each other? I mean, most singers, most entertainers, most dancers, they don't shoot each other in the head, right? Except that we have to deal with this situation. They are violent. Many times the people are violent. Many times they're not growing up with male role models. There's a myriad of issues that combine, honey, that makes a man rage. Correct. Let me see what y'all say. It's been a while, Brother Blaine. Good to how you doing, Nay Love? Still doing my thing. It's my thing. Do what I want to do. I can't tell you who I'm on a socket to. Itzy, Joyce didn't make a video. So was she really concerned last time? Joyce didn't make a video. She made a video about me. We addressed those issues, honey. What you think, Tracy? Have you had experiences with the hardheads? Girls, I'm telling you, I wish I could have talked to my mama before I was born. I was in her stomach, girl. Check these motherfuckers out. See, and you got to check the temperature. You cannot go walking down the aisle thinking you're going to live happily ever after, honey. You need to know if this man is going to hit you. You might even get in, move in with him, honey, and test him and see. Because if he's going to punch you in your face, he's going to do that continually. You just tapped into something that he might be so young, he don't even know he got that rage in him. He might not even know it until he gets in a relationship, honey. It's important. I think they both like Ray J. Oh, y'all got something else going on over here. Okay. I haven't been following the entertainment so much. I've been so distracted by all these fires and those people in entertainment are really going through it, man. Palisades, that's a big like an enclave of actors and actresses. Some of them are speaking up, but there are a whole lot of people, not everybody that is an actor or an actress has spoken on CNN. There are lots of them, and they're blended into Malibu. Malibu damn near wiped out the whole coast. Those were all people in entertainment. How did I get off on that? Oh, well, it's all over the place. So whatever. I don't know many straight men that use this lingo, like honey child. See, okay, let's help Sir King. Sir King, Sandra says, I don't know many straight men that use this lingo, use his lingo, like honey child, ooh child, enough, sick of it, girl. I don't know. So you do speak many times, Sir King, like us. I mean, you sound like a gay man. So don't say that damn these women are accusing everybody of being gay. They might go off on their ass, right? They might call them all kind of bitch made niggas, but that don't mean they're calling them gay. This is something specific to you. Why are you drawing this kind of energy? And particularly, why is it always around your relationship with Lemon? Correct? Now, we know he studied under you, but you're not Lemon's daddy or his counselor. Why are you giving Lemon all this advice about how he runs his stuff, how he runs his channel? He's trying to give you props. Say, listen, bro, you helped me out a lot. I learned a lot from you, right? But it's got to hurt, Sir King. It's got to hurt. Now, whether it was a homosexual attraction, I'm not even clear about Lemon, to tell you the truth. When I left that conversation, they were still in Las Vegas, right? And there were some movements that people who were on that trip started suggesting that there was an issue with him as well. So why are you on here sounding gay and having so much emotions around another man who's sounding gay? Correct. So you might have switched up. You don't sound like the hard hits. Hey, ding dong. Come on. Get this bummy over here. Sweetie. Come on. Get that bum right here. Put it right here. Sit down. You stop. I don't know these people. He sound gay. There are men who are soft men, right? I used to think that white guys, they use guys. I used to think they were like soft men. They weren't. They're just regular people, right? Normal people, but they didn't have that edge. I'm just saying. Sir K, you do sound like a soft person, right? So maybe there's some things you need to work out within yourself, right? I don't know. Lemon swears he is not gay. Correct. But there was a camera slip, Lemon. Sorry, we got to call it out. We're just talking. There was a camera slip where you appeared to be a homosexual man. So we don't know what's going on with you guys, frankly. Of course, they're going to blame it on the woman. Don't blame it on all women. I don't know these people. Okay. Exactly. What did Tracy say? Poor Sir Queen. See what I mean? There you are again. Sir Queen. Sir Queen. Most men can go through their whole life without being referred to as Sir Queen, Sir King, right? You are accused of this so often, right? And it seems like you might be because you never mentioned a relationship with a woman, right? If I was your woman, stop. And you was my man. You never say nothing about no woman either. We never see you expressing any attraction to a woman. The only women we ever hear you try to connect with are women you're trying to get cash apps from. Correct. I'm just saying. I'm just telling the truth. The inflection in his voice. Okay, it does. It does. Now you know a lot of us are from the hood, right? And some people, black people, are from middle class neighborhoods. They raised in white neighborhoods, and they go to white schools, and they have been in school their whole life, and they just might just be squares, right? Like some of these people, some of them can be brilliant, but still they have the appearance of squares. Like that Michael Steele, that used to be Republican head. You know, those guys, they don't sound like the rest of us. Okay. Now the straight man gonna say, "You don't sound like me, nigga. You don't sound like." I know I don't want to sound like you, bro. Partner. Hold up, partner. Sometimes when they come on like that, something go off inside of you, and you realize, oh, he does sound like me. Mm-hmm. So, Sir King, oh, let's get a little taste. I don't know. I always gotta have a little taste.
And they were like, why is the man so violent? Why is the man unaliving women and all this stuff? And I was like, you know why? People, and I'm not giving an excuse to no man.
You're not?
Domestic violence taking the life of no woman. So don't please think I'm excusing it. But I'm trying to sit up here and give rationale to what they wanted an answer to, because they didn't understand why men back in the past didn't really unalive their spouses. And I'm trying to say, you know why? Because what's different now between the women back in the day and the women now is the women now, I feel from what I see, and I think we have a lot of that going on, is that the women now try to emasculate the man to the highest degree, especially in battle. They come for his manhood. They come for everything.
Yours,
from his nuts
boy.
To his occupation, to all that. To all that. They bring up stuff from the past. Women back in the day, I don't think they really did that. They started the man. They try to build the man up. They wouldn't go so low. But this day and age, I feel these women are.
That is bullshit, Sir King. I'm gonna stay with Sir King. This is the information age, correct? So we have more information. We done found out what goes on in them churches. We done found out a whole lot of shit, what goes on in relationships. We done found out a lot more. We have a lot more information. But this kind of behavior has gone on for a very, very long time. People would have to wonder, well, why are there less relationships, long-term relationships, marriages in the African American community? And a lot of it is because of the violence and the man's inability to fulfill the role. He wants to fulfill the role. He is denied. He is going through personal pains. We understand that, Sir King, right? There still is no reason for you to put your hands on no woman and put your hands on no. You might put, wait a minute. I'm ready to go into something about whatever. Let me get off that. I don't want to get in here. Even the way we talk, when men talk, if they talk for 3 minutes and they get into a heated argument, what happens? It always turns into threats of violence, even if they ain't gonna bust a grape. We've learned how to talk that way. We're just rough around the edges, you might say, Sir King. But now I don't think you should turn all this onto this all the woman's fault for emasculating all black men. They're not. If Miss Olivia is calling you gay, that's not all black women. What are there? A couple of billion white black women? No, honey, it's you, and you have to deal with this issue, or come on out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, come on out. I thought a lot of those people on that Vegas trip came on out, and I was saying, yay, go ahead, guys, do it. Do your thing, man. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be hiding behind avatars for the rest of your goddamn life. Right? But apparently some of them have gone back in now. I don't know. But I'm coming out. There's a new me coming out, and all my abilities. There's so much more to me. Your life can begin again, Sir King. Your life could be, you can be free. You could actually turn your camera on, right? You can walk down the street with your hot pants and cowboy boots if you want to. It's so much better life to be free, to be yourself, right? And you can say, well, maybe I was kind of attracted to Lemon, right? Now, there are bromances. There are bromances that got nothing to do with sexuality. You can just fall in love with your friend. I just like him. I like what he said. You said, well, Lemon said this and Lemon said that, right? And you can have these bromances, they call them. Correct? But whatever it is, you need to get in touch with it, Lemon. I mean, see, I'm calling you both the same name. Get in touch with it so this subject doesn't have to continually keep coming up. And you won't be on here suggesting that men have a right to beat women and kill them, right? Because they're emasculating you. If they're emasculating you, why? If you can't get a job and keep a job, child, and they saying you're a worthless bum, what is your role there, right? You got to do better. Simple as that. And when are you going to come and tell us about your old lady, about a woman, about your attraction to the breast? Something, that that would make us think, no, he's straight. There are many men where I don't even think about it. He's straight. What was that guy, Troy Allen? Never one time did I question, oh, he might be gay. He might be bisexual. No, the way he talked and his inflection told us that's a straight dude. It was never even a question. But why do you always got to be questioned, Sir King? I don't understand it. Come out and play, boo. We'll take you in. There's just a lot of shame in you. No, we don't know if that's shame because of your family. Maybe your family doesn't know your tea. Maybe you're a night crawler where you go out late at night and pick up the boys, and take them to a hotel room or something like that. We don't know how deep you are in the closet, if that is your situation. We're just saying, be honest, be truthful. Stop playing the game. Playing your game, baby. Your game, baby. Just you and me. We know, so, Sir King, let me say this. I'll stop acting silly. People have suspected that you ugly, right? Now, they're basing all this on your voice because your voice is so in the middle, right? But we don't know it. You might be a handsome guy, correct? They're saying that Lemon is very handsome, and he hid behind the avatar, following up behind you. But you can put all that, this is how I look. This is me. This is who I am. Yes, I've had a boyfriend. Just say it, right? I do favor tight clothes. I would like to be able to wear them out in public, but I can't because my family lives here, right? So maybe it's just time to come out for everybody, right? And I don't give it's my life, and I don't give a damn. He phrases his words like a bottom. Oh my goodness, Jesse, what's wrong? Baby, it's a whole lot of bottoms out there. Come out and play. You have to wonder why they keep coming at you like that, child. Ruby D. What Ruby D got to do with anything? Oh, that was in Raising in the Sun. Look at them, mama. They driving them big fancy cars. Mama, some of them white boys. They ain't no older than me. They ain't no older. That's a frustration that's gone on forever, honey. Imagine that. Sound like Jay Wilson? See, Jay Wilson can come and give testimony, honey, and help the conversation. He can say, yeah, it does hurt. I went to college 5 times. Yeah, it fucking hurts, man. I'm out here driving the cab. You think that doesn't affect me? All the guys in my class, they're running corporations, right? When they say they wanted to be a banker, they became a banker. When they say they wanted to be an airplane pilot, they became an airplane pilot. I'm sitting up here driving the goddamn cab, and I got more education than all of them. Tell us the truth. And maybe you have a real conversation. It's got to hurt. I got to work 5 jobs. My old roommate, he works 1 job and makes 3 times the money I make. Right? I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, so how old is Sir King? Is he in his 30s? It's time to make a choice, man. So you supposed to be announcing your marriage right now. You're not even engaged. You don't even have a girlfriend, child, right? Come on, man. Something's got to give. He's clearly emotional. Emotion is making him over. Tied up in sorrow. He definitely EMO. I wouldn't even let him top me. His voice is too womanly. Jesse a mess. Jesse said, I wouldn't even let him top me. His voice is too womanly. Don't talk. Don't say nothing. I can't have no wiggly man on me, child. You're too much wiggling. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you. He's tearing up stuff. Yeah, a lot of us have a thing about this masculinity thing, child. But Sir King, you wouldn't even pass as just a masculine man, period. So I don't mean to say that to hurt your feelings or anything, but I've heard you had this conversation many, 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 many times with virtually everybody over here, girl. And you say stuff like girl, honey, Miss Thing, child, ooh, child, all those kind. You sound like, oh, he has mucus-filled glands. Is that what the problem is? Well, he know that woman, Olivia, gonna come back for him, child. He done went over there and cursed her out. Okay. Nikki B said, we don't know what education Jay Wilson has. Can't see their degrees. He never dreamed to come over here bragging about these degrees was going to make him less. It's going to give him less credentials, honey, than more. I mean, we don't respect him more as he's a doctor. We don't respect him more. He's got a degree in this and more as he got a degree. No, everything is suspect. First of all, why are you coming over here? Why you come over here bragging about damn degrees that you refuse for anybody to see? Call the school. And he didn't become so goddamn gay. Anyway, so there's all kind of suspicion around you, Jay Wilson. But I'm just saying, if you were a well-educated man, if you did really have 5 or 6 or 7, 8 degrees, I don't know why somebody would even want that. I would certainly not be bragging about it. Unless you sitting down with Obama, I wouldn't even say anything about it, child. Anyway, and then his life is almost over. It's people listen to me. It is hard for a man in his mid to late 50s to go into a corporation to be what you call it, a newcomer, or whatever you call that shit, entry-level positions, right? They don't have time to train you at this point, Jay Wilson. Correct? You're supposed to be at the top of your career at 55 years old, not the bottom. They don't have time to, because if they're going to invest the time to train you and to bring you up the ladder, they need you to be a young person. You understand? So you can come up the ladder naturally, Jay Wilson. So yes, it is unfair. It is unfair. Fortunately, it's a whole lot better than it was, but it is still unfair that many times we're skipped over purely because of race, right? We saw Kamala Harris, a fully qualified woman, run for president and get this close, and then you got some clown like Donald Trump, who's just a white person, and come over and just breeze right through it. They'll take him. He's a man and he's white. He's over here bragging about, oh, I won twice. You what? As soon as a man ran against you, Donald Trump, you lost. There's never been a woman president, child. She had a lot to overcome. Correct? It's never happened in history. So I wouldn't be bragging so much. Why call the school when you got the paper on the ceiling? Bring it down, bitch. Oh, Nikki B don't get along with Jay Wilson. He got it right there. He can reach up and touch it. Well, he had to get a ladder because it's way up on top of his shelf, honey. Now he'll have one when he got out of high school. But that's the one where he goes to the football game still. That's the only real degree he has, I'm guessing. All the rest of that shit, if you listen to him for years, like we all have peeked in, you'll see that most of those things he's bragging about, he got all these degrees and all this shit. Those were jobs that he was on, which he was not able to maintain, but they made him get various certificates. I guess you could call it degree, certificates, whatever. It might be in machine shop. We have no idea, honey. Right? He is not giving us any definitive answer about what these degrees are even about, child. He used to try to claim that it was all about religion. I went to school religion. Oh, I went to seminary. Except he's an idiot when it comes to religion. I watched a video. Who was that? Somebody sent me some videos about the Bible, and I watched 3 of them. And I said, you know what? I've been right, honey. They're putting way too much on this Bible. But he don't even know that. How can you sit in classes long enough to get degrees in something and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about? Anyway, let's see him, Jay Wilson. Challenge, Jay Wilson. His voice is something else. Oh, God. You can imagine holding all that gay in for all those years, child. I mean, that boy is something else, honey. I can't listen to that voice. I be trying to go and get my content because I know there's content there because Jay Wilson going to say something stupid, right? But I can't sit there and listen to it. Not only is the voice so horrible. Okay, doctor. We got to call him doctor, pastor. Let's see. I haven't been over there today. Let's see. Let's get a taste of the voice and see what we're talking about.
Hey man, what you talking about?
That's not an issue. I shouldn't be a problem with you. I don't know who he is. I don't know who.
They arguing again.
Cutting weeds. Then he done almost slipped out to say he had 8 children. Oh jeez, it just went on and on and on. And child, Dobie shot back. Dobie said, "I get that relationship 30 days." Girl, Dobie putting curses on the relationship. She said 30 days.
30 days, girl.
30 days. Dobie said, "What man sitting up there watching this?" And he said, "It is at night." The man said, "Well, you don't work at night." And then that's when the man said that he do landscaping. I'm like, Lord Jesus, could you just be quiet and see this?
Jay Wilson, why is doing landscaping so much lower than driving an Uber cab? An Uber cab is just a thing you sign up for. You use your own car and drive people around and you pick up hamburgers. You say you're doing Uber Eats, right? During COVID, you were bringing people sandwiches and stuff like that. I mean, why is one thing better than the other? I would certainly pay my landscaper more than I would pay the person who brought me my hamburger and fries, right? He loves that kind of shit, right? He loves that kind of shit. Anything that puts other people down and brings him up in his mind some kind of way on a higher level. And you're not on a higher level, Jay Wilson. I've said it to you at least 100 times. He can't hold that gay in, honey. He over there arguing with Brian again. Picking up hamburgers. Hey, we done caught him at the mall. He was going to the mall in a little Baby Gap shirt on. Oh, I was just going to shop. I was just going. They said, Jay Wilson, the mall is not open. The only people coming into the mall right now are employees, or in your case, temporary employees, temps. Correct, Jay Wilson? Every time they've caught you, you always got to be caught. Right? Then you come on here, your last job that you said you came on here, you had been hired as the choir director of an MCC church. You were foolish enough to show video of the MCC church, right? That little bitty stage on there. And they ain't got no damn choir director, child. You got 3 people on the stage. You couldn't even fit your fat ass on the stage with them, correct? But whatever happened to that, Jay Wilson? Shouldn't you still be the choir director? You ain't said a damn thing about being a choir director since then. And you're on here being messy, being a messy queen all day Sunday. You start on Sunday at 6:30 in the morning. The only time you even go near a church is that they're paying you to play the potato organ. And since we're on the subject, Jay Wilson, since you are an organist, you are a church musician. That's all you are, is a church musician. You're not even a minister of music because you can't stay put, because you always got your hand out and you want them to pay you something, correct? However, because you are what am I thinking about? You are the church musician and you are an organist. Instead of bringing that horrible voice onto YouTube, why haven't you bringing your organ out? Because you did make the mistake of bringing your portable organ and sit it in front of your computer. The playing was horrible. You're an awful musician, Jay Wilson. But if that is your livelihood, are you just going to these churches and letting them pay you $200 for showing up, and then they don't even realize how bad a musician you actually are? What is the situation there, Jay Wilson? You said nothing about being a choir director since you announced it. You announced being a chaplain. You announced being a pastor. You announced being a professor. All these things you keep announcing that you are, Jay Wilson, and you aren't. You aren't any of these things, right? I was so embarrassed for you when you went into that hospital, right, as a temp, and you came on here, told this whole story about how you were the chaplain and you were making all this money and you were getting a $35,000 raise in 2 months, girl. Jay Wilson, you had to be devastated when they came and told you, hey, you don't work here. How in the hell do we get on Jay Wilson? Well, that's what we always do, Timothy. Yes, Nikki B, he came on with a baby gap. You know how they had those little shirts? They're always short sleeved. That's what they wear, the baby gap. He had a little clip-on tie on. Now he says, even when he was caught red-handed, he says, I just feel like putting that on. I just feel like putting that on. Like he was not going to his job at the baby gap, right? Caught red-handed, he still can't even confess because you're a liar, Jay Wilson. Come and tell us about the heartache, right? Black man, tell us what that feels like, Jay Wilson, right? You said I was mad at the people at the design studio because they had degrees. He said they had degrees and he didn't have. Well, tell us about how that feels in real life. In real life, Jay Wilson, because you should be the boss. They should be calling you Mr. Wilson. Hey, Mr. Wilson. Right? Nobody calls you Mr. anything. They call you bitch and hoe and woman. Mm-hmm. You are woman, hear you roar. That is no insult to women. But he's not a woman though. So we shouldn't. If you call a man a bitch, that's a little different, girl. Lord have mercy. Hi, Shirlene Smith, Rhonda McGee, TLCN3. What's going on with you guys? He probably had an interview at the Chinese restaurant in the food court, handing out samples. Lord have mercy. Got fired for eating all the samples up. Always getting a new job and always making the very thing that you should be hiding. That's what you're bragging about. Jay Wilson, when you arrived on YouTube, you came on here crying, oh, I just lost the job. I just lost the job. Then you bitched and complained and cried about that for what, 3 months? Then you say, the economy's bad. The economy's bad. Then you at one point somebody called you back and they said, oh, I'm gonna get a job at the Greyhound. I'm gonna get me a job at the Greyhound. And then after you had arranged for the interview with the Greyhound to drive a bus around the country, girl, then you got offered this job at this this company that you ripped off. Pause. Right? So you say, oh, I can go and I'll do my YouTube all day, and then I'll charge them like I've been working all day, and I'll sign the card. Girl, that that was an offense for the company. I'm sure they have ways of keeping up with people who are working from home, Jay Wilson, right? And you shouldn't even have to be looking for no job at this point in your life. You really shouldn't. Stop worrying about who's on Social Security, nigga. You're almost there yourself. Oh. Man gonna be different. Oh, man gonna be different. I worked. So the government is they're not capable of knowing who has worked and who has not worked. Is that how it works, Jay Wilson? Mm-hmm. At least he stopped talking about the 401k. Lord have mercy. Oh, I ain't got to worry about it. I got 401k. Oh, I got the 401k. Oh, I ain't like them. Oh, I ain't like them. I made those decisions. You ain't made the decision, my ass nigga. You ain't saying nothing about no 401k because you do not have one, girl. Every time you get in trouble with that goddamn house and get ready to get put out, you go down there and bleed whatever your little money you had in that goddamn thing. And there is no money in no 401k, girl. Right? We've been here 6 years watching your punk ass. Remember when he dressed up as if he was going to work every day? Yes, I do, TLC3. Remember when he dressed up as if he were going to work every day and come to find out he didn't have no job? Lord have mercy. But there was something about that situation where Tracy knew, I don't think you got no goddamn job. And in the morning, I'm calling him because he had doxed her. He was one of the early doxers, right? Doxing her where she lived, where her phone lines are, where the gas station, where she buys her bread and milk at, all this kind of shit, right? And she said, well, girl, you want to play? Let's play. I don't believe you got no goddamn job, and I'm calling them in the morning. And what did she do? She called them. And what did they say? Oh, he hasn't worked here for months. The story of your life, Jay Wilson. The story of your life. So all we can tell, as far as we can tell, you've only had one real job in your lifetime, and that was with this. We're not even gonna count this online dean shit. You have it long enough to count. You worked as an airline steward. You were in your 20s. So if you were in your 20s and you were getting all these degrees, I don't know, how did that work out? You were a full-time student. I assume you would be full-time if you're getting 4 and 5 degrees at a time. So you were a full-time student, and yet you were an airline steward at the same time. Now, how does that work, Jay Wilson? Right? But that's the only job you had. So tell us what happened with that job, Jay Wilson. It's been rumored that your thighs got so big that you couldn't walk the aisles at Delta no more. Now, I don't know. There seems to me that would be a shallow reason to fire your ass, but you get fired so easily because, back in the old days, they only hired skinny little blondes and stuff to be an airline steward, or young people to be airline stewards, right? Stewardess. But now anybody can be an airline steward, right? So why did they fire you? Did you put in the work on your job and they said, well, we've had enough of you? What happened there, Jay Wilson? Why don't you try to tell the truth about something? And perhaps you would have a better conversation, Jay Wilson. And maybe you could find something that fits. You need to find something that fits, a job that fits you, because the time is almost up. They don't have time to train you, honey. 7 years, you get a letter from Social Security. That thing you keep harping and bothering and fucking with me about, girl, you get the same letter, like every other American, girl. And you got to make a decision. Oh, do I take early? Do I take early Social Security? Or can I wait? I'll wait, and I'll get 2 more years, and I'll get another $200 a month. I'll get you. Run around. That child got 4 different jobs, Shady. Y'all hear him in the morning sometime. Oh, I gotta pick somebody up early in the morning, child. He up at 4:30 and the sun ain't even up, honey. And he don't come home until it's nighttime to get this hail. You don't even see the hail. He was stealing snacks from the snack cart. Let's see what he's talking about, child. We're gonna get a small taste. I only got 5 minutes.
This is what people don't do. I mean, be slow to speak, quick
Slow
to
to
listen
speak.
and quick to anger. What was that, Jay? Be slow to speak, quick to listen, and slow to anger. Because of your anger, Brianna boyfriend, you done told people you own an old nasty piece of lawn care business.
Okay.
Okay. Then you done told the people you almost had 8 children. Okay. I mean, I'm like, well, damn.
Why is it damn to you?
It's just really though.
What do you mean?
And
really
then here come Brianna. I got this now. Let me tag on in. Girl, I was like, this is a mess. And Dobie was cussing them all out. Child Dobie dropped them. Child Dobie was a hot mess. But I'm telling you what, Mr. James and Dobie, child, that thing right there was a hot mess. Dobie done picked Mr. James up only knowing the man for 2 days.
Okay, you done went through everybody's relationship. Okay. I'm willing to accept me, Timothy Blaine. I can accept, well, Timothy, that's what they all do in the beef sector. That's what a beef sector is. They just all talk about the same stories, right? But you have worn it so thin, Jay Wilson, where you're in everybody's business, right? We've already heard the story about Brianna and that boy, right? We've heard the story of Tracy and her friends. We've heard everybody else's story. And then you always bring your stinking ass and try to extend this stuff because you get so much pleasure out of the downfall of other people. What, right? What about you and Mark, honey? When is Mark gonna put the ring on it? Let's get married today. Wanna get married. Take me in your arms and hold you tonight and make everything all right, all right. I want to, ooh, you baby, want to, ooh, you baby, want to love you, baby, want to understand you, babe. Tell you when you talk to me. Worry about your own goddamn business, Jay Wilson, right? I ain't never seen somebody so happy about other people's relationships, other people's boy. Listen, honey, every person you meet in your lifetime is not going to be the person that you marry, right? You're going to kiss a whole lot of frogs in your lifetime. And maybe, just maybe, you will enjoy the time that you have with these people. Oh, I dated him for a couple months. It was fun. We went to a few movies and that was it, right? No, you had to come on here with this bullshit talking about you got a partner, girl, 2 weeks after you meet some stranger on Jack. I got a partner. You can't help it. What is wrong with you? You need a professional help. Where is Lyric? Girl, he done sold Lyric. He was bragging because Lyric only cost $25. I got this dog for $25. Typical trailer trash, right? You mean to tell me that you this dog that you love so much, you care for and all this kind of, you only got him because he was on sale for $25, girl. You were desperate to hold on to Marcus at the time. Marcus was a long time dog lover. You had it just expressed a couple months earlier that you didn't even like dogs. You said dogs get hair on stuff. Although I don't know what you have in that house that would be worth preserving. But you said you don't like no dog. I don't know dog coming through here, stepping on things, stepping on all my stuff. That's what you said, Jay Wilson. And then you pop up. Now you're a dog lover, right? Until we saw that dog, that precious animal of yours, hop up and slap the piss out of you live online, child. That tells us that the dog does not love you. My dog ain't never put paws on me, honey. Never. I mean, that motherfucker said, bitch, girl, knock your glasses crooked. I said, oh, girl. I saw the piss fly out your mouth, Jay Wilson. That dog hit you so goddamn hard. Right. The dog, he smacked him in the mouth. Feed me, bitch. Everything's a goddamn brag. I would hate to live like that, Jay Wilson. Right. So when they bury your ass, you can go in and go into the grave. I got the hell. I'm gonna get the equity. You probably be riding on a bicycle, delivering papers at that point, girl. What, Pastor talks like that? Yeah, he talks like that, child. He's sick of it. I can't even go over it anymore. I can't deal with the voice. Okay, one more little taste. I bet I promise you. We got 1 minute.
But my thing is this. Treat Castro like you want to be treated. Castro, treat Tommy like you want to be treated.
Thank you.
Y'all shouldn't be putting hands on each other. That should never be the case.
Does
Tommy,
Mark
if
beat
you feel
you?
that way, you need to walk away. Because it's not right. I mean, I feel some way different about Castro looking at this situation. I'm like, man, what is really
Jay Wilson, is that why Mark won't live with you? Because he know he's going to kick your ass? Is that it, child? Have you tried the waters, Jay Wilson? And Mark said, say it again, bitch. And you so goddamn scary, girl. He's very scary, child. Lyric put new meaning to have the dog shit out of you. Jay Wilson, you in a domestic violence relationship, child. Anyway, people, we went over there as usual. Where do you have dogs for sale for $25? Yeah, there was some kind of special deal they had, Maya. Some kind of, you know how Christmas time here, Macy's will have the puppy giveaway, and they sell like dogs for like, I think $25 just for the license kind of thing, right? And so it's basically when the pounds get overburdened. Hey, ding dong, you want to be sold for $25? Get it, Bummy, over here in the ding dong. What you doing? Going crazy. Come on, Daddy. What you doing to me? Go on. I'm security. Say hello. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh. Slap a bitch. Seems we just got started now. Before you know it, comes a time we have to say so long. Thank y'all for coming in. Appreciate you. Later.